We all have our thing. You're a muscler, I'm a boner.
Ever laughed at Charles Boyle's dirty jokes? Well, we have put together the best of his innuendos, so watch out. Charles often says funny things that accidentally sound a bit dirty. His innocent comments can turn a normal conversation into something dirty without him realizing it. Whether he's talking about cooking or just chatting with friends, Boyle's unintentional innuendos always make everyone laugh. His humor comes from not understanding why his words sound funny, which makes him a lovable and funny character on the show. Do you love Charles? Then watch out for this first scene. Here, Charles Boyle is experiencing a parental crisis, pacing back and forth with visible distress. His best friend Jake Peralta approaches him with concern and tries to calm him down. Jake reassures Charles, reminding him that he will be a great father and that he won't let anything bad happen to Charles' son Nikolaj. Charles takes a deep breath, feeling slightly more at ease thanks to Jake's confidence and support. Check out this cool scene now.
A parental crisis. This is the good stuff right here. You are knee-deep in the thick, rich broth of parenthood.
Jake and Charles have a hilarious friendship in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Jake, the laid-back jokester, always drags Charles, who's super enthusiastic and a bit quirky, into all sorts of crazy plans. They bond over food, solve cases together, and Charles idolizes Jake, trying way too hard to impress him. They are total opposites but somehow make it work, turning every situation into a comedy show with their antics and funny banter. In the next scene, Boyle suggests an unconventional idea during a tense situation, proposing they take hostages to a Russian bathhouse. Jake looks confused and explains that he doesn't take his 8-year-old to such places, preferring to take family baths at home like normal people. But Charles relieves the tension in the scene with this innuendo, so check this out as well.
I'm not some weirdo that takes my 8-year-old to the Russian bath. We take our baths at home, together as a family, like normal people.
When it comes to romance, Charles and his awkward attempts, especially with Rosa Diaz, are really very funny. Hey, but Boyle is always there for his friends, ready to help out with cases and offer support when they need it. Charles Boyle has a huge crush on Rosa Diaz and with his quirky charm and goofy ways, tries to impress Rosa, who's tough and serious. His attempts to win her heart are always awkward but adorable, making everyone laugh. This scene shows Boyle and Rosa engaging in a humorous competition to see who can flatter the other more. Rosa teases Boyle about his ability to stock up, and Boyle eagerly accepts the challenge, trying to outdo Jake's compliments. Check this cute scene out.
Looks like you and I are in a good old-fashioned suck-off.
Don't call it a suck-off.
Why not? Why shouldn't... Oh, yeah, totally, yep.
Captain Holt is super serious, like a robot. Boyle is super excited, like a jumping bean. They're best friends even though Boyle messes up trying to act cool like Holt. Boyle makes funny plans and weird foods. Holt appreciates him but is also confused. They are funny together, like mismatched socks, but they still care about each other. They make the show fun. In the next scene, Boyle and Jake discuss an old plan during a peculiar situation. Boyle asks their superior for permission to proceed with an unusual strategy involving their mouths, and Jake joins in, explaining their idea to weaponize their mouths. Their superior Captain Holt looks puzzled but agrees to their plan, leading Jake and Boyle to exchange bewildered looks as they realize how strange their conversation sounded.
Sir, you have to give us permission to do this. Weaponize our sweet little mouths.
On a drive, Holt provides Jake with an impromptu therapy session. Jake nonchalantly mentions that Holt gave him a quick therapy session during the ride, much to Amy Santiago's shock. Jake elaborates on the personal insights he gained, including his tendency to be unconsciously sexual.
Did you know that I have a tendency to be unconsciously sexual?
Yes.
It's a real tough nut to bust.
Oh, you're doing it again.
Oh.
In another scene, Jake insists on using a new code name for himself. Despite Holt's reluctance, Jake argues that the name Deuce is cool, although Holt remains unimpressed and suggests the name sounds like a turd. Jake feels a bit let down, realizing the name might not be the best, but he sticks with it anyway. This leads to a funny conversation about what the nickname really means.
Although I still think you should reconsider that codename.
Nope. Deuce. It's like Ace, but twice as cool.
Gina, Lonetti, and Charles have a disagreement about their holiday plans in the next scene. Charles is excited about their first annual Boyle-Lonetti Christmas, but Gina looked annoyed, announces that Christmas is cancelled due to Charles' actions. Charles is surprised and confused about what went wrong. Gina tells him that his overly excited promotion of a moisture-wicking polo shirt ruined the holiday mood. Jake agrees, which makes Charles feel really down.
Are you excited about going to town on Daddy's nog?
Christmas is canceled. Charles ruined it.
The next scene is from a hilarious episode. It kicks off with Jake Peralta hitting a rough patch. He's in a serious slump, unable to solve any case. For a guy who's usually the precinct's top cop, this is a big deal. His colleagues, especially his friendly rival Amy Santiago, can't resist poking fun at him, making Jake's situation even more hilarious. Captain Holt assigns Gina Lonetti to assist Terry Jeffords with a public relation task. Gina, with her offbeat and carefree attitude, clashes comically with Terry's discipline and serious nature. Watching them trying to work together is pure comedy gold, as Gina's unorthodox method drives Terry up the wall. Meanwhile, Rosa Diaz and Charles Boyle team up to help a young boy named Ethan escape from a gang. Boyle's big heart contrasts sharply with Rosa's tough, no-nonsense behavior, leading to a series of funny and heartwarming moments. As Jake's desperation to break his slump grows, his attempts to catch criminals become increasingly ridiculous and entertaining. He fumbles, stumbles, and fails in the most comical ways possible. But through it all, Captain Holt offers wise advice and steady support, helping Jake regain his confidence. Check this out now.
I haven't really been in a slump since my divorce, so I'd tell this person maybe get divorced. You'd have to get married first.
In the next funny scene, Jake Peralta wants Captain Holt to let their team handle an important case. Jake says they're serious professionals, even though they like to joke around sometimes. He jokes they're called the Spice Boys, but Boyle quickly denies it. Jake keeps pushing, saying they can handle the case well. After thinking about it, he teases them by calling them the Spice Boys, which makes Boyle worry and ask not to be called that. Holt jokes that it's too late, the name has stuck.
But when it's time to buckle down, we're seasoned professionals.
That's why they call us the Spice Boys.
They don't and they won't, sir.
In the next scene, Jake informs Charles they've located the suspect at a warehouse, and the ESU team is ready for the signal. Charles enthusiastically suggests gearing up, calling the necessary equipment toys. Jake hesitates, finding the term awkward, and suggests they avoid calling them toys. Charles agrees, trying to rename them playthings, but Jake humorously insists they won't call them that either. So what did they finally decide on? Check it out.
According to the tracker, Bodie's at a warehouse on 11th Street. ESU is on site waiting for our go.
Great. Time to gear up.
Captain Holt tells Charles Boyle he was mistaken in suggesting Charles didn't know what was best for someone important to him. Holt praises Charles for being a very supportive parent and says he wishes his own father had been more like Charles in that way. Then, in a humorous moment, Charles jokes that being called Big Daddy by Holt would make him proud, but Holt quickly brings the conversation back to its main topic, realizing they've gotten off track. Check out this humorous scene.
Thank you for saying that. And sir, nothing would make me prouder than being your Big Daddy.
Then there is the scene where Charles calls his sleep apnea mask in a feminine pronoun. Jake questions why, because he's confused. To this, Charles says that since the mask touches his lips, it is a her. Damn, Charles, how funny can you get?
I gotta say, ever since I got her, she touches my lips, Jake. She's a her.
In this scene, Rosa is confronting Jake about a message she received from someone named Donger. Donger informed Rosa that Jake abandoned him, accessed classified information from a computer, and licked a roll of antique stamps. But maybe it wasn't Jake who did it. Charles admits to licking the stamps out of curiosity about the taste of the old glue. And guess what the glue tasted like? According to Charles, it was like a horse's lollipop.
I was curious about how old glue tasted. Answer, like a horse lollipop.
So which scene was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more.